Tonight on KGW News, a terrifying night for a Portland mother.
If we would have been just a couple of feet further into the parking lot, she might have got hit. And that terrifies me.
What we're learning about a suspected shooter who nearly hit her and her baby. Plus, a lakeside community comes to the rescue after a plane goes down in the water.
Dove down, tried to open the door, made several attempts. It was locked. I was out of breath.
Then, what it looked like at Fred Meyer stores across the metro on day one of a significant strike. And later, athletes of all abilities arrive to great fanfare in Paris as the Paralympic Games get underway.
Hopefully, when people watch us compete, it inspires them to start their impossible.
A very good evening, everyone. We begin with a live look over the Rose City this Wednesday night. 65 degrees where a cool streak is about to give way to some late summer heat. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm David Molko along with meteorologist Joe Ranieri. And Joe, hot enough we're calling for some weather impact alert days. Walk us through the timing here.
Well, it's looking to be Friday and Saturday will be the hottest stretch. And I'm really specifically have my eyes on Saturday afternoon with daytime highs getting in the mid to the upper 90s. So basically the weather impact alert will be for Friday and Saturday. Daytime highs 95 to close to 100 degrees. I don't think we're going to spill over into the triple digits, but as we get into the third heat wave of summer, you're going to want to make sure you reduce your activities over the next couple of days. So again, we're on track to see the third heat wave of the summer. Haven't seen one yet this August, but we're about to get into one starting tomorrow. Nothing extreme. We want to be sure we hit on that. It's not going to be extreme heat with temperatures 105, 106, but expect cooler conditions for Labor Day. And they're looking at chance. Some models are showing a 3-4 day stretch with temperatures 90 or above. Right now, we're looking at a temperature of 65 degrees with clear skies from our Wells Fargo Tower camera. And the good thing is with this heat, we are going to be seeing our temperatures cool off into the overnight hours. Right around the low 60s will be kind of the common trend over the next couple of nights. Right now, we're at 58 degrees in Hillsborough, 65 at the Portland International Airport, and down in Clackamas County, West Linn, Happy Valley, you're seeing temperatures in the low 60s. Along the coast, temperatures down in Florence are at 55 degrees. So here's the setup for tomorrow. As we go into the morning hours, we're going to warm up pretty quickly. Upper 60s, low 70s by 10:30. By the early part of the afternoon, we're looking at temperatures in the mid to the upper 80s again. Tomorrow, right around 92 degrees, a little bit hotter for Friday, and a little bit hotter heading into Saturday. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Here it comes, right for the holiday weekend.
Yep.
Thank you, Joe. On New tonight, a mother recalls the frightening moments she and her 10-month-old baby were nearly shot by a stranger outside a Southeast Portland apartment building. As first reported by the Oregonian, that suspect is now charged with attempted murder. And this evening, our Alma McCarty witnessed Portland police breaking down his door. Alma?
Yeah, David, we are still awaiting word from Portland police about what exactly investigators were looking for there when they arrived on scene around 7 tonight.
Just days after a shooting outside this complex on Southeast Stark, Portland police forced their way inside the suspect's home after they say he pulled a gun on a mother and her baby.
I didn't even realize what was going on until I seen the gunfire, the flash, and heard it.
Cassie Gepford brought her daughter, little Emma May, here to visit a friend when the suspect, Cecil Rayford, confronted them in the parking lot.
There was a silver car parked in front of apartment 1. And when they pulled off, I just barely got out of my car as they were pulling off. And I pulled her out, and you see him come out of apartment 1. And when he comes out, he looks at me and my daughter, holds his arm out like this, and I don't even care anymore, and shot.
The bullet missed the pair of them. Gepford says she hurried up the stairs and called police.
I'm just glad that she's not old enough to know what was going on.
According to court documents, officers found a single 9mm shell casing in front of Rayford's unit, then located the handgun under his window.
If we would have been just a couple of feet further into the parking lot, she might have got hit. And that terrifies me. My whole world is right here in this little baby. And I would be lost without her.
As investigators search his apartment, Rayford sits behind bars in the Multnomah County Detention Center, facing attempted murder, reckless endangerment, and felon in possession of a firearm charges. Gepford says although her heart breaks for him, she's hoping he'll be held accountable.
Gun violence is everywhere these days. Unfortunately, you can walk out of your house or you come visit a friend and you might get shot. So just keep your kids close to you, because you never know when you might lose them.
Gepford says she doesn't know the suspect, and officials haven't revealed a motive behind the shooting. His next court appearance is set for a week from now on September 4th. David?
Just really glad mother and daughter are both okay. Thank you, Alma. The union representing Fred Meyer workers says negotiations will resume with the company tomorrow. That's as thousands of employees go into their second day of a strike. Members of Local 555 picketing in front of stores around the metro area accuse Fred Meyer of unfair labor practices, and they say negotiations have stalled over wages and retirement funding. Stores did remain open today. Signs on one window, at least one location, said they were hiring temporary workers. The union says it hopes no one crosses its picket lines to work or shop.
We're asking people to just shop somewhere else. Safeway and Albertsons, they treat their people better. It's a great place to go as an alternative, and we'd ask that Oregonians do that.
In a statement, Fred Meyer said it remains committed to an ongoing dialogue with the union and is confident the union's allegations will be proven unfounded. Workers plan to strike until next Tuesday unless a contract deal is reached before then. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, workers at 10 New Season stores in Portland are planning a one-day strike that's scheduled for this Sunday. They say 82% of people in the union voted in favor of that strike. The union is accusing New Seasons of unfair labor practices and bargaining in bad faith. They say they've been bargaining with the store since January of last year. New Season says it is committed to constructive negotiations. We are learning more this evening about the death of a pilot who was fighting wildfires from the air in eastern Oregon last month when his plane went down. According to a preliminary report from federal transportation investigators, the plane's 74-year-old James Maxwell was piloting veered toward an area with temporary flight restrictions due to visibility before crashing in the Malheur National Forest. Investigators did not say why Maxwell or his plane turned in that direction. And Clackamas County officials want to get the word out after they say a bat flew into a Lake Oswego home, a bat with rabies. Luckily, the bat didn't make contact with people or pets. Health officials say bats are the #1 carrier of rabies in the state. They advise people to vaccinate your pets against rabies, never touch a bat if you see one, seal off any openings in your house, and feed your pets indoors. Well, TriMet Max riders have a brand new option connecting Hillsboro all the way to PDX. The Red Line now extends west of the Beaverton Transit Center stop, adding 10 new stations out to the Hillsboro Airport and Fairgrounds. That means more trains traveling beyond Beaverton, giving riders more options. Federal and local money helped pay for the $215 million project. Now, back in the spring, as part of the Better Red project on the east side, TriMet opened a new Max platform at Gateway North near the airport and installed a second track to PDX. Yes, the excitement has returned to the City of Light as the Paralympic Games kicked off with a spectacular opening ceremony, once again held outside a stadium. NBC's Emily Ikeda takes a look at the dazzling sights and the Team USA stars to watch.
Paris promised another show-stopping opening ceremony and delivered with dancing, fireworks, and even a mascot-covered car to kick off the Paralympic Games. Athletes and fans from more than 150 countries are converging on this historic street, the Champs-Élysées, and take a look at this, Team USA arriving right now. USA! Led by two flag bearers, wheelchair basketball's Steve Serio and sitting volleyball's Nikki Nieves.
Everything and anything is possible. Just put your best foot forward.
And making history tonight, the largest ever refugee Paralympic team. Over the next 11 days, 4,400 athletes from around the world will face off across 22 sports. From para-equestrian at Versailles to wheelchair fencing at the Grand Palais. The Eiffel Tower, meantime, trading sand for turf for blind soccer. Played using a ball with bells inside so players can locate it. USA! USA! Among the 225 members of Team USA, legends like swimmer Jessica Long and wheelchair racer Tatiana McFadden, competing at her 7th Paralympics. Team USA's men's wheelchair basketball team going for its 3rd straight gold.
The most influential moment of my life and my athletic career, it wasn't the wins, it was the day that I found wheelchair basketball. Hopefully when people watch us compete, it inspires them to start their impossible.
A powerful message with the world watching. Emily Ikeda, NBC News, Paris.
Yeah, it wasn't the wins, it was inspiring others. You're watching KGW News. Straight ahead at 11, holding on to hope as a young college grad searches for the match he needs to save his life. Plus, a pint-sized rescue by local deputies, how another animal clued them into the stowaway hiding in their truck.